In a moment I'm going to ask you to try and pull those hands apart. And the harder you try and pull those hands apart, the harder those hands just lock and stick together. So 1, feeling that feeling of sticking, just locking and sticking, getting tighter and tighter. 2, feeling like a single piece of wood just carved in one piece. 3, really tightening and tightening and tightening. So go ahead now, try and pull those hands apart. Try and pull those hands apart because you're already in hypnosis. Feel them getting tighter and tighter. Feel them.
Don't you just hate it when things don't go to plan? Well, if you want to learn from this video, this is a wonderful hypnosis tutorial this week. Keep watching and find out what I can help you learn from when things don't go right. Hi there, it's Turan here for Feel Good Hypnosis, and we've got another beautiful hypnosis tutorial video this week. So keep watching. I'm going to play the video quite shortly, but well, as I said at the beginning, things don't go as planned. Now this is a corporate event that I was at. I'll put some links to other videos from this corporate event up in the info section above, so you can see when things go beautifully, smoothly right. In this one, well, something doesn't go as planned, but keep watching all the way through. I'm not going to give too much of a spoiler, but keep watching all the way through. And after the video is finished, I will talk about it in a hypnosis tutorial, breaking down various stages of this video so you can learn and improve your hypnosis skills from this video. Please give it a thumbs up, please give it a like, it's going to help this channel grow, and I really do hope you like the video. And click the big red subscribe button so you get notified every time a new video comes out from Feel Good Hypnosis. In the meantime, let's watch the video and then I'll be back to talk all about it.
Nothing embarrassing.
Nothing embarrassing. This is going to be fun and educational, and you understand how it works now. So what I'd like you to do is put your hands out like this here, about a foot apart. Okay? Keep your fingers nice and tight together. Okay? And I want you to stare at a point right where my finger is, right in the middle between your two hands. Just continue to stare at that spot, and as you stare at that spot, close your eyes down, but imagine that finger exactly right between your two hands. So close your eyes down now, and just imagine that spot right between your two hands. And as you imagine that now, just pretend and imagine that there's very strong magnets in the palms of your hands. Just imagine now there's very strong magnets in the palms of your hands. You can already feel those hands pulling together as those magnets get stronger and stronger and stronger. With every click of my fingers, those magnets get stronger and stronger and stronger. And you know, just like you saw, your legs will support you, your back will support you. But when those hands touch, they'll pull even tighter. When those fingers touch, those hands will pull even tighter. That's right. And the tighter those fingers pull together, the tighter those palms join and stick together. Those palms pull tighter and tighter and tighter. And in a minute those hands are going to lock and stick together. Lock and stick together. They're going to be locked so tight, it's going to be almost as if those two hands are carved from a single piece of wood. Now in a moment, not yet, but in a moment I'm going to ask you to try and pull those hands apart. And the harder you try and pull those hands apart, the harder those hands just lock and stick together. So 1, feeling that feeling of sticking, just locking and sticking, getting tighter and tighter. 2, feeling like a single piece of wood just carved in one piece. 3, really tightening and tightening and tightening. So go ahead now, try and pull those hands apart. Try and pull those hands apart because you're already in hypnosis. Feel them getting tighter and tighter. Feel them pulling back together. Feel them pulling back together. The more you try and pull those hands apart, the more those hands pull and pull and pull. Because you're already in hypnosis. In the moment I'm going to say the word sleep, and when I say the word sleep, you're unconscious now. We're going to take you into a wonderful feeling of relaxation as your legs support you and your back supports you. So 1, 2, sleep. Way down. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. The more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. Drifting, sinking down, even deeper still. And as I drop that hand down, just allow yourself to go 10 times deeper. 10 times more relaxed. Every muscle, every nerve, every fibre in your body. As your legs support and your back support you, your head will drop down to your chest and go down 10 times deeper. I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. With every count I count, just let your unconscious mind double this feeling you have inside. That's right, just let you double yourself inside. So 10, going deeper now. 9, even deeper still. 8, it's so deep, so relaxed, so wonderfully relaxed. Doubling the feeling of relaxation. 5, 4, By the time I get to the number 1, you're unconscious now. Will take you to a place that even I couldn't take you to. So deep, so relaxed, so comfortable. Letting all the sounds around you, people talking behind you, and the laughter behind you, helping you to absorb into this wonderful feeling of relaxation as I go 2 and 1. So deep, so relaxed. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you can open your eyes and be back with us. But every time I say the word sleep or deeper sleep, your head will drop down to your chest, your eyes will close, and you'll just double this feeling right now. Nod your head that you understand. That's right. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes and sleep way down, even deeper, even more relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. The more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go, drifting, sinking down, even deeper still. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes and sleep way down, even deeper, even more relaxed. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you're going to open your eyes and be back with us. But you're going to feel so wonderful, so fantastic in this position you're in now. It's going to be like your legs are cemented to the floor, locked and stuck to the floor. You will not be able to move your feet. It's like those shoes, those feet are part of those tiles underneath you, locked and stuck, cemented, concreted to the floor. You will not be able to move your feet. And the more you try and move those feet, the more those feet just lock and stick in position. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. How's it going?
Okay.
Good stuff. You enjoying this hypnosis?
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is try and move your feet. Really try. And the harder you try, the harder it sticks. Really try. The harder you try, the harder it sticks. Put your hand in my hand if you need to. Try it. Really try. Really try. Locked and stuck. Locked and stuck. Isn't that cool?
No.
There you go. There you go. Look at me. Sleep way down. Deeper, deeper.
So welcome back. Looks like it had a happier ending than maybe I was painting at the beginning, because we do establish hypnosis. So sorry for the clickbait in the title of the video, but well, there's still some great learnings to be had. So keep watching and keep listening and keep learning about hypnosis. So let's break down the video right from the start. Right from the start, well, you see her laughing and giggling and saying, oh, don't do anything embarrassing. That can be a bit of a red flag. That can be a bit of a sign that things aren't going to go as planned, because she's nervous. If you have a subject that is nervous, they are going to prevent themselves from looking embarrassed and prevent themselves from going into hypnosis. But nervousness on its own is not a bad thing. You've seen videos before of people who were nervous and they've done a beautiful job of going into hypnosis, and this lady, as you saw in the video, is no exception. So it is, good to listen to everything that they're saying, everything that they're doing, and understand, get the feedback from that. And I say, it is a bit of a red flag, so I'm putting a bit of a mental note. She's a bit nervous here. I talk her through, but look how, as I go into the inductions, I'm doing a magnetic hands inductions where her hands will come magnetically together. But as soon as I start to give her the instructions and I tell her what to do and how to stand, look at the change in her complexion, look at the change in her concentration. She wants this to happen. Obviously, just before the camera started rolling, she says, will you hypnotize me next? So she's volunteered for this. I haven't grabbed her or forced her against her will. That's an important point to understand as well. So she wants something to happen. Bit nervous, yes, that was the red flag, but the red flag has been dismissed by her focus and her attention on her hands and on my instructions. This is all about calibration, looking at everything, not just worrying about one element, but watching the whole, the whole of her body, the whole of her responses. And even notice how she's breathing more relaxed now. So she's lost that nervousness. So that's not to be worried about. So we move into the magnetic hands, and again, as I talk through it, her hands are starting to come together beautifully. Now, to take a side step here, this was a health and safety corporate event, to coin a pun maybe, but I'm talking here about health and safety. You see my right hand is right behind her back. As I said at the beginning, this is a formal event. You don't see me in the usual green t-shirt in this video. I'm a bit more dressed up for this corporate evening event. And at this event, as you can see, the ladies are all nicely dressed in their nice formal wear, and they've got high heels. So as much as I know that hypnosis works fine when people are standing up, always be careful right down to the footwear of what they're wearing. Now, I'm a very experienced hypnotist, and I'm aware of all these elements, so I'm just bracing myself in case she topples, in case she gets so relaxed, she sways one side or the other, I can still grab her. So that's important to remember. Always remember health and safety. Never dismiss that. Okay? So getting back into the induction, I say to her, her hands are coming together. Now notice how her hands not only come together at the tips of the fingers, but her palms pull together. That tells me that her imagination, her hypnotic suggestion response is very good, because it's one thing just to tap your fingers together, try that now in a nice relaxed hand state, but to do this and put your palms together takes a bit more effort. So something very strong is happening physically in response to my suggestions. But this is where it falls apart. I say, now your hands are going to stick together, lock together. They're not going to be moved. It's like they're carved from a single piece of wood. They're one thing. But after that, I then say, well, go ahead and try and pull your hands apart. And what happens? Her hands come apart. Oh, disaster. Or is it? Doesn't matter. Is it that important? No. It wasn't what I suggested, but again, that's her being in control. Can't labour this enough. I said in so many of the videos, people think, oh, hypnosis is about me taking control of them. They're doing what they want, but they're gaining the experience they want also, so they're going into hypnosis. I simply keep on moving, keep my calm, and carry on, as the poster would say. And I, just keep saying, your hands are going to come together. When they come together, you will be in hypnosis. And they come back together again. Ta-da! Now, also another tip is, I've said it before, street hypnosis is not just about me hypnotizing one person, but it's entertaining the 2 or 3, 4 people that are standing off camera, or just at the edge of the camera. The audience, it's important that they hear what I'm saying. So I'm also not just talking to the subject, I'm trying to communicate, oh, your hands are going to come together. Again, don't panic, don't go, oh no, they're going to walk away, they're going to be disgusted, they're going to think it hasn't worked when her hands come together. It's the overall experience. It's the average, is the accumulation of everything that you're doing. So don't be panicking, don't be worried that, oh, maybe they'll be disappointed. You keep going, the hypnosis is going to work, and the audience is going to get an experience. The lady being hypnotized is going to get experience. Everybody's going to be happy. So just keep calm and carry on. As you see me, I carry on. Now I do a nice deepener following the hypnosis, because I want to make sure, again, and calibrate her as I go through the deepener. Look how her head drops down as I say the word sleep, and going through the deepener, she really relaxes even more. Positive signs, clear signs she's in hypnosis. I do the fractionization as well, and once again, always I'm looking at her responses, how quickly she closes her eyes. So it's about calibrating everything, not just looking at her hands and saying, oh, her hands are not coming together. I've calibrated her breathing, I've calibrated her stance. And again, you can see me, my hands on her shoulder now, because I just want to make sure any feeling of swaying in those high heels, I want to make sure I have her, physically supported. But she's in control all the time. So just to finish off that video, I go into a beautiful, foot stick. I say when she wakes up, she will not be able to move her feet. Now that's practically the same as the earlier suggestion of she'll get hand catalepsy, in terms of her hands will not be able to move. And, it didn't stick. To coin a phrase, there's no glues, there's no sticking involved. They weren't actually sticking, it was just inside her mind. So I may be taking a risk here by saying, well, now your feet are stuck together. Or stuck to the floor, should I say. But notice what happens. It works beautifully because I've calibrated all the way through. I know the fractionations work nicely. I've known the deepeners work nicely. And I know she's in hypnosis by the way she dropped down, when her head dropped down. So all these things, all the calibrations, the breathing, the stance, the subtle swaying that you might just about pick up in that video. Notice how, as I'm talking to her, the camera angle's not the best, but notice how I'm talking to her. I'm always, between looking at her hands and looking at her, looking at her hands, looking at her, I'm calibrating everything. And that's so important to understand when you're hypnotizing someone. Look at the bigger picture, not just one word in the book, but read the whole book and understand completely. So I hope you got some nice learnings out of that, and I hope you understand that when one part works doesn't mean the whole thing's falling apart. It's a bigger picture you really need to look at. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like. If you haven't already, I did tell you at the beginning, so hopefully you did. But if you didn't do it yet, make sure you click a thumbs up now. And don't forget to click the big red subscribe button. If you like this video, there's going to be more wonderful videos like that. coming out. So click the grey notification bell right next to that subscribe button so you get notified as soon as a new video comes out from Feel Good Hypnosis. And tell me what you liked about this video. Place a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you learned. I really want to understand what you're learning from these videos. And I'm getting some great comments at the moment, so please support me and tell me what you like most. And if there's something I've missed or something that's not clear, ask me in the comment section below. I'll either respond in another comment or I'll maybe add a new video if I think other people have picked me up the wrong way in the same way as yourself. So please do leave those comments in the comment section below. In the meantime, have a good week, and I'll see you next week in your next video.